did a video earlier talking about this funding bill where it sounds like there may be a deal in the Senate to advance this bill to move forward. Now, what happens next? Well, if they advance it, then they will amend it, and once it's amended, they will vote on the amendment, as a whole. And this may not even pass, depending on what they've come up with. Now, you would think if they have a deal worked out where they get past the filibuster to where they can start amending it, that it would. But obviously, we'd have to wait and see. If it does pass the Senate, that's not the end of it. It would go back to the House of Representatives. Now, Mike Johnson would have to bring back the House into session. They're on 48-hour notice, and they have been this entire shutdown to come back. So they could be back as early as midweek, and they would start negotiating, and they would start debating on this bill. And it may not pass the House. Now, it is an easier time to pass the House than it is the Senate because there is not a filibuster-style rule in the House. They can pass it with a simple majority, and Republicans have that majority with like 2, maybe 3 seats. But that means all Republicans would have to agree, or some Democrats would have to agree if there are any Republican dissent. So this may not pass the House. This may not be a done deal. We will have to see how the House handles it. But then when the House comes back, there's another problem. Mike Johnson is going to have to swear in Representative Grijalva. He doesn't want to do that because that will force a vote on the Epstein files. This is far from over here. And I've been saying that Democrats may end up saving Mike Johnson if they try to vacate the speaker in exchange for adding certain things into the funding bill. It is possible the House puts the Affordable Care Act credits into this bill and sends it back to the Senate. If the House does not pass this exact copy, word for word, of what the Senate passed, then it goes back to the Senate to get voted on again. And they're right back where they started. And the Senate may not pass the new version of the bill. This isn't a guaranteed thing that as soon as the Senate passes it, the government's open. It is another step in the process. But the fact that Democrats may give in opens the door for the possibility that this could just pass the House, regardless of whether or not there is any Democratic support, because it's easier to pass things in the House of Representatives. So that's what's next. Hope that helps.